Lynchy, we nearly done it on Saturday night, but just came up a goal short at tying the game.
Yeah, couldn't get the ball in the hole one last time. Not for lack of trying, it was just one of those nights where some nights you might get 6 or 7, some nights you get 2, and it was one of those where we got the latter, which was disappointing. Everything else about the game kind of went the way we wanted it to. We wanted to make sure we were good defensively, which we were. I think 5-on-5 we limited to Kirkcaldy to virtually nothing. Very few scoring chances apart from when they were on the power play. Was about the only time that they looked maybe dangerous and looked like they might score. But just couldn't put the puck in the net one more time to force the overtime, unfortunately. But such is life. Congratulations, Kirkcaldy, and good luck in the final.
I'm sure everybody will agree it was at the game, watching it, or obviously you coaching the guys playing. I think it was kind of Andy Little. It was probably the difference, and we just couldn't. Probably even the same in the first tie as well.
He's a good goalie. You can't take away from the fact he's a good goalie. Like I say, we threw everything at them. Just couldn't get that elusive third goal. I think it would have been nice if we maybe scored 1 or 2 in the first and second period to give us a little bit of, not comfort. Comfort's the wrong word, but I think it was, we were leaving ourselves to the last chance saloon by going to look for 3 or 4 goals in the third period. It would have been nice if we got 1 or 2 early. But we didn't. But nevertheless, the guys rallied and gave it everything they had, threw everything at them. Just like I say, couldn't get that last goal.
And what was your message to the boys at the end of the second? Because obviously you're saying, I know last week you'd said, you're looking to win every, if you won every period, we're back in the game. But at 0-0 with 20 minutes left, was it just, go for it? Or
no, it was don't panic. It was, we don't need to score 3 goals in the first 5 minutes of the third period. It was trust the process sort of thing. We knew if we got 1 goal, they'd question themselves, and we knew if we got 2, they'd get pretty nervous. Like I say, it would have been nice if we maybe got them a little bit earlier in the game, but we didn't. But no, we kind of say, if it comes down to it in the last 5 minutes, if we need to start throwing guys forward or have some guys hanging high or something like that, then we're prepared to do that. But no, there was a game plan. It was always defence first, because we couldn't afford Kirkcaldy to score a goal or 2 early in the first period, and we couldn't afford for them to score 1 or 2 in the third either. So we always had to make sure we took care of our own end first, which, like I say, I thought we did a really good job doing. Just 1 goal short.
We obviously got that up to 2-0 through Scott, and then Sean Donaldson scored. The 5-3 comes. Did you think this is it? This is a chance?
It was a chance, and to be fair, we created 3 or 4 excellent opportunities on that 5-3. I think Andy Little made a couple of great saves on that 5-3, and we missed the net a couple of times on the 5-3. Really good chances as well. Those are the breaks. We did, our second goal was a power play goal. But yeah, at a 5-3, you've really got to be hoping to capitalise, and that was our big opportunity that we couldn't take advantage of.
And just looking back over the tie as a whole, ultimately that first leg was the killer, wasn't
it? Yeah, we gave ourselves a hill to climb, didn't we? Losing by 3 goals at home was going to make it difficult for us. But like I say, we knew it wasn't impossible, and we went all out to try and reverse it, and we just came a little short.
So we dusted ourselves down. We returned here on Sunday night, faced North there. And an important league game was to keep this league alive. We need to get the 2 points. We got them. Wasn't the best game, but maybe that was expected after the efforts for the previous night.
We got the 2 points. The game was, I think you're being a little bit polite. The game was awful. I think if I was a fan, I might be asking for my money back, in all honesty. It was flat, it was lifeless. And yeah, it probably was due to the fact the guys, left everything that they emptied their tanks in Kirkcaldy. So we knew it wasn't going to be a fast and furious game on Sunday. But yeah, 2 points was the main thing. It's about the only positive you can take out of that game.
Maybe 1 plus point for the game was the performance of the guys like Cammy, Gallagher, Reese, and Lucas, who maybe haven't had as much ice time.
Well, none of them. We didn't manage to. Well, Cammy didn't play on Saturday night. We didn't manage to get Reese or Lucas on the ice on Saturday, so we made up for it by giving them some good ice time on Sunday. And yeah, they all played well. Thought Reese had a really good game on defence. Cammy works hard like he always does, and digs away in the corners and things like that. And Lucas is starting to come into his own after a short space of time as well. He's starting to look like there's definitely a player that we can keep developing that could turn into something here.
So we're still mathematically in the league, I think. This Saturday we face the Pirates here at Murrayfield. It's obviously another must-win game to keep the league alive. I always think the Pirate games, they excite us. I think for the crowd as well, I think the Pirates come a wee bit an edge at times, and it's always a good game to look forward to.
Yeah, so first of all, it is still mathematically possible. The maths is getting tougher and tougher week by week. I mean, Dundee played Kirkcaldy on Sunday, and then Kirkcaldy based kind of, rolled over and got their tummies tickled. It didn't do much to help us, but there you go. But yeah, it's still mathematically possible. We have, while it is mathematically possible, we've got to keep believing. So we got another 2 points to hopefully pick up against Paisley on Saturday. And yeah, Paisley they're a gritty team. They work hard. One thing we always say about Paisley before we play them is we have to match their work ethic. But if we match their work ethic, we'll generally be okay. But if we don't, if we come out lackluster, then they've got the chance of picking up a win. So we have to make sure we come out and work hard. We have to make sure that our talent takes over, and then we go out and do what we have to do to win the game, to get the 2 points, to keep the pressure on. And only now can we hope that Dundee are going to slip up somewhere along the way, which, let's be honest, is probably unlikely. But like I say, it's still mathematically possible. We have to keep believing. So we have to keep applying ourselves and going out and trying to pick up the points when they're available.
And just finally, Lynchy, after the game on Saturday night, it's our final skate with the Caps for the season, and it's another great chance for the fans to catch up with the players and maybe grab some pictures or autographs.
It's a fun night. It's always a fun night. It always brings a good crowd into the rink as well. It's nice to see so many people on the ice with the players after the game, just talking, socialising, photographs, autographs, things like that. So yeah, it's something we always look forward to, and hopefully we get a good turnout for it.
No, but well, let's hope we get another 2 points on Saturday, and we'll speak next week.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers. Philly, on paper, a good weekend, 2 wins, but Saturday night it was a tough one to take, just coming up short in that semi-final time.
Yeah, frustrating because obviously we knew we could beat them. I don't think they played a particularly strong game, but we didn't either. Had it been a game where we took meaningful shots and took our chances, then it'd be a lot of a different story. Andy Little's a really good goalie, but unfortunately we didn't make him work, so we fell short.
And the game itself, so what was your take on it all? I know you've mentioned it there a wee bit, and as I think, most will agree with you, it was at the game, both goalies stood in their heads as well, didn't they?
100%, yeah. Both goalies played a really good game. That's why it was a low-scoring game. We took 2 periods to get going. We only started going in the third period. And again, like I said, we didn't take meaningful shots, a lot of perimeter shots, a lot of times where we maybe didn't stick to the systems that we've been trying to stick to. And obviously it showed, because we are a team that's capable of scoring more than 2 goals against the Kestrels.
And, the damage was obviously done, that first leg, unfortunately, and that 3-goal deficit, it just proved too much in the end.
Do you know what? Going into the game, I don't think anybody was really nervous about the deficit, just based on us as a club and obviously how we can play hockey when we're firing on all cylinders. 60 minutes is a long period of time to get 3-4 goals, so we weren't really worried about that. I think we just got away from what we were trying to do, and we only really started going, like I said, in the third period. And I think anybody that was there watching it maybe expected some fireworks because of the last game or whatever, but it was just a strange one. But we were definitely the better team, 100%. I don't really think the Kestrels really threatened us at all. It was more so just a case of us not taking our chances.
And we got within 1 goal, I think maybe 6 or 7 minutes left, and then we get that 5-1-3 with whatever, the 3 minutes left or something. We just never really seemed to get set up there. I think we had maybe 1 or 2 good chances, but nothing just didn't seem to work.
Yeah, it's frustrating because at that time you think, okay, well, the momentum's on our side, 2 goals, it's going in the right direction. 5-on-3, you think surely that's it, we're going to tie it up. Again, just like I said, meaningful shots, perimeter shots. I think we're very guilty, both power plays are guilty of standing still rather than moving. We've got very, very good players that can create chances, but I think, I don't know, we're kind of dead in the water on the power play a wee bit, so I think we need to try and change it up.
So although it wasn't a home game, obviously we've had big crowds here this season at different points through the season, but how good was it on Saturday night to see? Obviously the game got delayed, I think maybe half an hour or roughly half an hour, but for SNL hockey again, it was a kind of packed building.
Yeah, do you know what? It's really good for SNL because when you go to Fife, it's quite a boring atmosphere sometimes. We're used to big crowds here, which is amazing. You always feel like you're in a game. The fans are always behind us, which is amazing. And the atmosphere is great. But yeah, on Saturday, I think there was a lot of people expecting some fireworks based on the last game. But yeah, it was good for SNL. And you can see that more and more fans are coming to the games, which is only good for us.
So unfortunately, that's the Scottish Cup gone now for us, and if we're being realistic, probably the league's gone as well. It's important now, though, that we just get on a run and take it into the playoffs, isn't it?
Yeah, I think based on even the results at the weekend, the Kestrels are a team that potentially could have taken points from the Rockets if they turned up, or Andy was playing in the goal and they had a good night. But I think them celebrating winning the Stanley Cup on Saturday was a night out for them. So yeah, it's it's one of those ones we have to rely on favours, but we also have to play much better than what we've played to maximise the points for sure. But yeah, playoffs are really the thing we're concentrating on most now.
So Sunday night there, we were back here at Murrayfield. We played against North Ayr. We picked up the 2 points. It wasn't a barn burner. It wasn't the best hockey game of the season, but maybe the guys just put everything in it the night before, and that was always going to be like that.
I think there was a wee bit of a hangover from the night before. Not necessarily a hangover in the sense of being out drinking or anything like that. Like more so a hangover in terms of emotions and the fact that we controlled the game. It could have been a much different story going into that game. I think if we had closed the gap, tied it up, and went through into the Scottish Cup final, it would have been a much different score on Sunday as well, a higher score. But I think it's quite a few guys, well, a lot of guys disappointed and maybe struggling a wee bit just to get the header on the night before. North Ayr are quite a tricky team to play as well. They're young, they're quite fast, and sometimes when you've got a lot of individuals trying to do different things, it's very hard to read. You can't play a system against a team like that, so you just kind of have to suck it and see.
So to still keep the league alive, we need to obviously win this Saturday. We play the Pirates here on Saturday night. They're always good games against the Pirates. I always enjoy the games against the Pirate, and we need to be ready to go for that one.
Absolutely, they've got guys that can punish you if you're not at the races. They've got Matty Simpson that the fans here love to hate, and he loves them hating him, and he's a very good player. They've got guys like Gary Parker and whatnot as well that can do damage when they're playing their game, and we need to turn up. They're a physical team. They like to get in the mix. They like to rough it up a wee bit. So as long as we stick to the plan and make sure that we're doing everything we can and not really worry about them, then we'll be fine.
And after the game on Saturday night, we've got our skate with the Caps.
Yep.
Yeah, a chance for obviously the fans to meet all you guys again. You obviously just came in this season, but you must have enjoyed obviously being involved with all these fans this year.
Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. It's the best interaction that I've had with fans. Everybody loves the club. Everybody cares about the players that are coming in. People when I signed were coming up to me saying that they were glad that I'd signed and stuff. And it's just not really something. Well, probably because I'm old, but not really something you hear that much anymore. But no, it's a really good experience, and all the guys love when we're interacting with the fans and seeing all the kids and stuff that are getting into hockey and whatnot. So it's a good experience. And
then just finally, from a player's point of view, talking on behalf of the boys as well. So what's the aim now for the remainder of the season?
Just win every game, and that's the only thing that we can do. Win every game until the end of the season, and that's all we need to concentrate on. The rest of the teams would love if we could get a couple of favours, but it's a very tough league at the top, and the Rockets are a tough team to take points off. So as long as we do our part, and you never know, stars might align.
And just obviously the playoffs in our sight, and hope to retain that.
100%, yeah, playoffs massively. Win every game, and win every game we'll be fine. But the playoffs are something that we really need to concentrate on, and all the guys want some silver with, for sure, and the fans deserve it as well.
Well, Philly, cheers for talking again, and we'll speak again soon.
No worries.